Here is a quick overview of copying and pasting in Cwicly. Copying and pasting is the most efficient way to quicken your workflow, which is why it is such an important feature. In Cwicly, not only can you copy-paste elements and rules or stylings in different ways, but most importantly, these copied styles/rules/elements can be pasted onto any other installation, cutting down exporting and importing time. This allows for flexible workspace without constraints. In Cwicly, you can copy-paste single elements, elements with children, relative style rules and styles, interactions, global styles, global classes, and style sheets. First, we will tackle copying and pasting blocks. There are two ways to copy and paste in Cwicly: using the copy-paste function in the toolbar, or using keyboard shortcuts. Let's first explore the copy-paste property present in the block toolbar. So let's select any block on the page and open said feature. As you can see, you can simply choose to duplicate or link copy this block. Then, selecting say our section, we can select Insert Copied Block, which pastes it in. This example brings us to a key difference and exclusive feature of copying and pasting in Cwicly. Namely, you can either choose to copy, duplicate, or copy link a block. Basically, duplicating is the traditional way of copying a block, since you're literally duplicating a block style. That's it. On the other hand, with copying and linking, not only are you copying the original element's styles, but this new element is also linked to that element. In other words, the Cwicly linking feature allows you to have one main block that controls the style of another block. This exclusive feature makes your workflow that much more efficient and means that you no longer have to be wary of not editing a block out of fear that it will take more time to tweak it to your exact needs. It gives you that control and flexibility that is essential for day-to-day projects. Of course, there is a time and place to use either duplicate or linked. If you simply want the same styles of a block without it being affected, for whatever reason, by the original block, the duplicate copy block is the way to go. Conversely, if you want a whole number of blocks to be linked to another, the copy block linked copy is the way to go. So let's try out this copy linked block function. We can select this H1 heading and paste it in our section. As you can see, there are no styles applied on this block, since it is inheriting our other heading styles. And if I tweak my first heading's font size or color, our new heading takes on the new style seamlessly. It's a great time-saver feature. Using the copy-paste function in the toolbar, you can also copy-duplicate, but most importantly, copy block linked columns blocks as well as columns, galleries, sliders and slides, modals, maps, and every other block you'd expect, apart from, for obvious reasons, queries, repeaters, fragments, inputs, hooks, and post content. We can now move on to using keyboard shortcuts instead of the copy-paste function found in the toolbar, which is our preferred way of doing it. Naturally, you can use the traditional Command-C/Control-C for copy-duplicate, and then Command-V/Control-V to paste the element. By the way, if you're unsure and feel a bit confused about shortcuts, don't worry. You can simply select the Options menu by selecting the 3 dots in the header and head to the keyboard shortcuts. Here, you can brush up on all the useful keyboard shortcuts to know for Cwicly and Gutenberg. Let's copy-paste this H2 heading using keyboard shortcuts. As you can see, a little message pops up when you have copied the block, which is a clear way to make the user understand that the block has been properly copied. Now we can paste in our block in this section. Of course, you can also benefit from the copy linked feature using the keyboard shortcuts. You can simply do so by either using the shortcut Command-L/Control-L, which you can remember easily because it stands for linked. However, you could also choose to simply select the copy block linked icon in the toolbar. Whichever method you prefer and choose, you'll know you're linking a block when this icon lights up in orange. Of course, you can deactivate the linking simply by either selecting the icon or using the shortcut once again. I will quickly demonstrate both these methods. Let's copy block link to this paragraph using this shortcut. As you can see, when I use the shortcut, a little message pops up telling me it is activated, as well as a copy block linked icon which is lit up in orange as expected, ensuring user facility to understand exactly what's going on. We can paste it in and voila! Now I can deactivate and reactivate the linking function and paste in the block. As you can see, it works just the same. Needless to say or show that this shortcut is functional for every block. Before we move on to copy-pasting rules for different advanced properties, I quickly want to demonstrate how easy it is to copy-paste elements from one website installation to another. So let's select our hero section and copy it, by of course deactivating the linking property. Here I am on a different installation. In the Gutenberg Editor, all I need to do is use the shortcut, and there, it magically appears. However, if we take a look at our button, in its additional classes, it has a removed class, which is completely normal since that class is no longer available because it doesn't exist on this installation. Now, let's head back to our previous installation and move on to copying and pasting rules for different advanced properties. As mentioned previously, you can copy-paste rules for relative style rules and styles, interactions, global styles, global classes, and style sheets. As with copying and pasting blocks, you can copy-paste rules from installation to installation, which is handy and essential. Let's start with relative styles rules. First, let's select the first column and head to the Advanced tab until we scroll down to the Relative Styles panel. Here, we can select its rules. On the right, we can simply select the copy icon and voila, an identical rule has been made. This is great if you have a relative style with repetitive rules. Let's remove this rule and now focus on copying and pasting a relative style. Before we do that though, I will quickly show the styles I have applied to this button. As you can see on hover, I set a blue background color, white text color, and a translate property. Now let's exit the Relative Styles editor and copy its styles by selecting the copy icon. As expected, a little message pops up. To demonstrate that this works effortlessly, we will add this relative style to our second column, where I have already added a button. Let's select the second column and scroll down to the Relative Style panel and select the paste icon and paste it in the text area. And voila! As you can see in the Relative Styles editor, every rule and style has been added without any trouble. Of course, since we're on a different block, the transform panel hasn't been toggled, which we can do now. And look, all the values are there. Our relative style isn't working yet, since we need to add our new button's class name because it has pasted the old one in. So let's get its class name in the primary tab. Back in the Relative Style panel, we can paste in this class name. And voila! We have copied and pasted a relative style in a few seconds. This is a powerful feature that can really speed things up, especially when relative styles start piling up. Next up, interactions. Let's scroll down to our FAQ section, where we have an interaction set up for our accordion block. Let's open the Interactions panel and see how to copy-paste interactions. As you can see, I already have my click interaction. If we select the edit icon, we can see our interactions rules, and at the top on the far left, we can also see the copy icon. In order to demonstrate that this copied properly, let's select our CTA div and add an interaction. Let's select the click panel and open the rules. We can simply select the paste function icon and it's done. How easy is that? It's great for lengthy rules that you find yourself using a lot for common interactions such as accordion blocks. But do remember, you would have to change the class names. Now we can move on to copying and pasting in global styles. Setting global styles can be a long business, and sometimes we want to reprise or tweak what we had set on another installation. Whatever the case may be, being able to copy-paste global styles is essential to quicken up even more your workflow and make it a slightly less annoying task. So let's head to the Cwicly Global Styles panel by clicking on the first Cwicly icon. Of course, copying and pasting is available for both the global design and theming. Let's go through them, starting with global colors. Here I have already set global colors. Let's say I wanted this exact same color palette for my next project. I can simply select the Copy Global Colors icon. Heading back to my other installation, in the Global Colors tab, I can either choose to paste the global colors or replace my current global colors with the ones I copied. First, I will simply paste them in. And there, all my colors are present. Now if I choose to replace, everything gets removed and replaced with just the global colors I copied. Pasting or replacing depends on your needs. Whether you want to keep a few of the colors you created, or completely remove them if they are not necessary to you anymore. Now let's check out block typography. Let's say we want this heading for our second global style. So let's copy it by clicking the copy icon placed on the left. Switching to the second global style, in the block typography, you can easily paste it in. And voila, the trick is done. Now for global theming. I think you've understood it's the same thing then for global design. However, the main difference is you can choose to either copy all the elements within typography or elements, or choose to simply copy specific elements. This leaves you with the flexibility of having a quick general approach to copying and pasting, or, on the other hand, keeps it precise without copying unnecessary elements. First, let's see how to copy all of the elements. Let's say that I want exactly the same setup I currently have for my global typography for my second style. All I need to do is select Copy, switch to the second style and select Replace. Switching back to our first style, let's say I only want to copy the H1 heading because it has a nice underline. Well, I can simply copy it, switch to the second style and replace it. Don't be alarmed that there is no paste option on the H1 heading. This is normal because there can only be one H1 heading style. The Replace button will only replace the element that has been copied. Lastly, global elements follow the same principle. So let's say we want every element for our second style. We simply have to copy and paste it for the second style by selecting Replace. Now let's try just copying one element. I will quickly set up the styling of buttons for it to be copied. Now we can copy this global button. Switching to the second style, we can simply paste it in. Before we finally move on to copying and pasting global classes, you can also copy-paste the entire style, which is a greatly efficient way to quickly set up global styles. Let's copy this entire style and paste it on our other installation. Visibly, all our global styles have been added in a matter of seconds, which is mind-blowing. Now we can open the Cwicly Global Stylesheet panel. As previously seen and mentioned, you can choose to either copy all the global classes or choose to copy specific ones, leaving you the choice. And, as you can see by the copy and paste icons found at the top of the panel, you can copy the entire Cwicly Global Stylesheet if you wish to go even quicker. Before we copy all of our global classes and paste them onto our other installation, let's open up one of the global classes, such as Chameleon. When we hover on the copy icon, there are two options: copy element or styles. Basically, copying an element will copy the class itself, whereas copying the style allows you to apply it to another block. Let's test this out to make it a bit more clear. Let's start by copy element. Now, heading to our other installation, we can simply paste it and the trick is done. Back in our other installation, we can select Copy Styles. Let's now add a new global class by typing in starfish and pressing Enter. Here, we can select Paste and voila! It is really that simple. Finally, you can copy-paste and replace global Stylesheets. Let's select our Style 1 Stylesheet and select the copy icon. Heading back to our previous installation, we can paste in the Stylesheet. As you can see, it has copied the Stylesheet as expected. Back in our installation, let's now copy our global Stylesheets in their entirety by selecting the Copy button. On our other installation, we can choose to either paste them in or replace, which will remove the previous ones and replace with a new. And that's how copying and pasting is done in Cwicly.